Join your palms and close your eyes completely. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम्। हरिः ओम्। Release the hands and quietly open your eyes. From Tadasana, today first asana we are going to do is Vrukshasana. First come to Tadasana properly. Feel your bottom of the feet, spread your feet and toes and have your entire carpet of the floor being felt by your feet. Stand straight. Hold your shoulders back and weight distributed on your feet evenly. Be in that Tadasana. Then shift your body weight on your one side while you open and turn your right leg inside out. Balance there. Keep the torso facing forward. Raise your foot, hold the ankle and place it right at the root of the thigh and balance. Stabilize. Turn that bent knee inside out while you are facing forward. Extend your arms to the side. Extending your arms to the side, spread your chest, spread your ribs, then turn your arms and raise your arms up. You may keep the hands wider, or those of you who have stable balance can join the palms over the head. This is Vrukshasana. Hold the position for a few breaths, then release the leg and bring the arms down. Turn the other leg out. You shift the body weight on the right side now while you turn the left leg inside out. Take the foot up, hold the ankle, place it to the root of the thigh. See that your weight as it's shifted, your spine gets a different lesson, a different learning. So open that knee inside out and taking your arms to the side, turn them and raise them up. Balance there. Now as you are shifting that body weight and being on one leg, understand the concentration that you need to have for holding such an asana. Stabilize yourself, keep your eyes in eye level. Have a quiet exhalation and extending your arms, inhale. Exhale and release the leg. Bring the arms down and come to Tadasana. There are different asanas like this one when we were standing on one foot alone. In adverse situation, when there are things not available, it teaches us how to be even with not a complete situation, complete condition available. The next asana we are going for is Ardha Chandrasana, where it is not just the leg that bears our weight and spine, but our hand also needs to contribute, also needs to learn how to bear the weight. So let's do Ardha Chandrasana. Stand straight in Tadasana. Bring your arms up, raise your sides of the chest as you lift the spine also up with it. Bend your knees, jump and feet apart. Turn your right leg completely out and get the firmness stabilized in your left leg. Exhale and go down for Utthita Trikonasana with your bottom hand on your ankle itself. Keep your top arm pulling you up at all times. Exhale and bend that leg. Shift your body weight and take your arm forward. Take that back foot in and shifting the body weight from the back foot towards the arm, raise your back leg straight up. Pressing that bottom hand down, raise the top hand straight up. Open your chest towards the ceiling. Get the rotation and firmness at the same time. Now bend your leg, exhale and go back, come back to Trikonasana, inhale and come up, turn the foot in, stabilize yourself. Again feel the weight on both the legs. Again re-establish your firmness of the arms. Raise your spine with the sides of the trunk and the front body. Have a quiet exhalation and inhalation. Turn the other leg completely out. As you turn it, in your head, understand where you are heading. Exhale, go down to Utthita Trikonasana. Now open that top side, the entire top side, open it towards the ceiling, because that side actually is what is going to give you the balance. Bend the leg, shift your body weight, put that bottom hand down and go for Ardha Chandrasana on the other side. That back leg which is lifted, hold that absolutely firm. Now watch the required concentration on physical level as well as mental level to maintain this position. Exhale, bend the bottom leg, shift your weight back on the back foot, bring the hand to Trikonasana, inhale and come up, turn the foot in, jump and feet together. Come back to Tadasana. In asanas, we need to prepare for pranayam. For pranayam, our breathing system has to work absolutely perfectly well. Directly jumping to pranayam is not recommended. So while we are doing these asanas, please notice how different asanas impact on your entire breathing system. The next two asanas that we are going for are Virabhadrasana 1 and Parshvottanasana. Stand straight in Tadasana. Bring the arms near the chest, bend your knees and jump and feet apart. Turning the foot, turning the waist, turning the torso completely to the right side, raise your front body. Turn your arms and raise the arms up. Exhale and stabilize the weight distribution on both the legs evenly. Ascend the frontal body and give the length to your sides of the chest. Bring your spine along with all the back ribs and back muscles forward. Hold the back knee firm, exhale and bend the leg. As you bend the leg, become taller with the torso. Those of you who are stable enough can also raise the chin and look at the palms and join the palms. Keep that back knee firm and ascend your front body towards the arms. Straighten the head, inhale and come up. Turn completely towards the other side. As you turn towards the other side, notice different area of the body gets activated. As different side you do, now it's this side which is getting the length of the torso, a slight extra pull. So understand how each part of the body will be addressed in each asana. Exhale, back knee firm and descend your front leg. Descend both the hips together. Raise your chin up, look at the palms, keeping that back knee firm from the tailbone towards the top of the spine. Pull up the anterior spine straight up. Head straight, inhale and come up, turn in the center, hands on the waist, jump and feet together. This was Virabhadrasana 1. The next asana we are going for is a standing forward extension, which is called Parshvottanasana. Keep the hands on the waist, on the hips, jump and feet apart. Once again, turn completely towards the right side. Now, keeping that back knee firm, ascend your front body and raise your chin up. Feel the extension to your abdominal body, the diaphragmatic band and the chest and the lungs. Find out what kind of push is your back can create for the chest. Now, with that length of the frontal body, exhale and go down all the way to meet your leg. Descend further and further. Those who are able to hold the position in the same manner, remain there. Otherwise, you can keep your palms down on the floor. Rest your chin. Now, learn to exhale and make your abdominal body quiet. Learn to inhale and find out how that inhalation naturally spreads towards your back. Then rest your forehead and be in that position for a few cycles of breath. Exhale, looking forward, move your chin forward, pull your spine forward, stabilize the legs and raise yourself up and come up all the way. Hands on the waist, turn to the other side. Be firm on the legs and once again do your back concave. Gather the frontal body in such a manner that your lungs are getting the full expanse of the chest. Raise your chin up, raise your eyes up with the length of the abdominal body. Exhale and go down. Keep your legs firm, reach down to your shin. You can release the hands and have your palms on the floor. Let your upper arms gravitate, let your elbows gravitate, stabilize yourself there. Now look forward, raise your chin up, come on your fingertips, move your chin up and forward and come up from there, hands on the waist. Turn to the center, stabilize, jump and come back to Tadasana. If you noticed in Vrukshasana or Virabhadrasana 1, we got a vertical extension of the torso. In Ardha Chandrasana, we got a horizontal spread of the torso. From the limbs towards the torso, how it impacts, that also impacts the internal body, which is very important for our vitality. When asanas work on, say, breathing system, that breathing system is going to help us to retain, develop, retain that vitality, the life force itself. That is why we have the variations, different variety of asanas. Next step we are going for are few sitting asanas. For pranayam or for meditation, dhyan, more often people find it difficult to sit tall and straight for a longer period of time. Sitting asanas give us that advantage of practicing to sit tall and develop that capacity to sit tall. Iyengar Guruji, bringing asanas closer to everyone, thought about different props that can make things easier and more than easier available to everyone. When we are sitting in Dandasana, it is much harder to sit straight. or even when we are sitting for pranayam or meditation, people find it difficult to hold that position for a longer period of time. Now, that same sitting, if we use a small prop which is available, something like a blanket or even a pillow, if we use something like this, let us find out what difference does it make in our sitting. So, first just sit in Dandasana without using the blanket, and without using your pressure of the hands, just find out how tall do you feel, how much effort do you need to put to hold that straightness of the spine. Now, take that blanket or sit on that pillow and just have that blanket or pillow just a little pushed under your seat. Now, find out as you sit on that blanket, even if you keep your fingertips at the back, find out how much easier it becomes to have that tallness of the spine, the lift of the spine. Following Dandasana, we will go to Upavishta Konasana and Baddha Konasana, using the same blanket which will help us to have that tallness of the spine. Keeping your hands at the back, use your fingertips to have that tallness of the spine and walk out with your legs side to side. As you walk out side to side, you are creating that width in your sitting. Sit tall. As I mentioned earlier, that all the asanas work on organic body. In this case, asana like Upavishta Konasana is absolutely a great, wonderful asana for the reproductive system. So, sit tall, you can press your palms and walk back further with your legs, raise your spine, lift your buttock also up and place yourself again on the floor. Raise your chin up, raise your chest up. Now, walk forward and hold your either shins, or those of you who can reach to the ankles, or those of you who can reach to the big toes. Reaching to the big toes, pull up your spine. Exhale and go all the way forward for Upavishta Konasana, bending forward. Move your chin forward and give the length to the spine as well as to your lowermost part of the abdominal body. Inhale and come up, make your back concave, release the fingers, come back to the center. Now, bend your leg and bring your feet closer and have your feet touching each other. You can interlock your fingers and insert the fingers, palms under the feet. Raise your chin up, raise your chest up. This is another position which is wonderful for the reproductive system. Exhale and go forward for Baddha Konasana. Inhale and come up, release the hands. Once again, come back to Dandasana. Different asanas are recommended as meditative asanas for meditation, for pranayam. Virasana, Padmasana, Baddha Konasana, Siddhasana, these are some of those. However, in the realm of asanas, we need to understand how, say, single Virasana has a family with it. It has siblings like Supta Virasana, Adhomukha Virasana. So, now we will get to those and just have a taste of what is it to have different asanas with a main asana like Virasana. So, from Dandasana, you are bending your leg and bringing that leg on the side of your hip, the other leg also. Those of you who are able to sit on the floor may remove that blanket and sit all the way on the floor. However, those who find it very difficult, those who have ankle problems, those who have knee problems, And if you are not able to sit in this fashion, surely if you can use one blanket or fold it a little more, so that you are getting a little more height to sit on and sit on that blanket. You may add another blanket if need to be. However, right now I am just taking it off. Now, sitting in Virasana, sit tall, interlock your fingers, turn your palms to face upward and raise your arms up for Parvatasana. Now, Parvatasana will give you a natural lift, vertical lift from Virasana. So, feel that lift. Find out even if your abdominal body is getting that tallness as you interlock and raise the arms up. Then release the hands and bring the hands down. Another couple of variations is where we are going backward for Supta Virasana and Paryankhasana. So, you have to go back on your elbows, be in that same position first and release your head and go on the crown of the head. Find out how much can you lift that rib body, how much are you moving the rib cage from back to the front. Get the length of the throat, get the head to be fixed and lift your spine up. Then lifting your head, go absolutely flat and release yourself for Supta Virasana. As you settle in this position, which is one of the supine asanas, Supta is supine. So, in Supta Virasana, you can hold this position for a period of time and watch the entire abdominal body, the diaphragmatic body, the respiratory system will have a massive impact on it. Now, for your digestion, Supta Virasana is one of the most beautiful things that you can do. You can hold your arms over the head, you can have your hands to the side and be absolutely restful and be in this position. Supta Virasana, as you can notice, gives a tremendous stretch to your entire digestive system, which is very beneficial for the people with digestive issues. Also understand, as you change the hand position over the head or on the side, it will create a different ambience for your Supta Virasana. This is supposed to be for a period of time. So, you can stay in this asana for 8 minutes or so. Right now, come up. Having gone backward, the next asana we are doing is going forward, Adho Mukha Virasana. Place your palms on your feet, raise that frontal body, completely exhale, empty out your abdomen and go down to Adho Mukha Virasana. Move your head forward, inhale and come up, and now sit straight in Virasana itself. We will have a little taste of pranayam in sitting Virasana. For this, please take a blanket and fold it a 3-fold so that it is a little taller seat for you to sit on. So, take that blanket fold and take it, or a pillow or even a bolster or a cushion, take it under your seat and sit straight. Keeping your palms on your thighs, pull them a little closer to the body, pull your arms backwards, curl in your back ribs, sit straight, have your spine upright, broaden the shoulders, hold your head neck in the straight line of the spine and looking at a distance in the eye level, close your eyes completely. As the host welcomes the guest by going to the gate and taking them in, accompanying the guests in, your observation has to welcome the inhalation at the nostrils. Watch that inhalation breath, accompany that inhalation breath and take it into the home. Feel the inhalation traveling through the nostrils, into the nose, into the throat, and it comes into the abode, into the chest. As you want to make your guest comfortable, let your lungs, the diaphragmatic body, the abdominal body, the ribs, the rib muscles, let everything welcome that inhalation and then quietly exhale. For exhalation also, you want to say goodbye to the guest and you come with the guest to the gate. So, watch and be with that inhalation and exhalation. For right now, do not try to change it, do not try to control it, but just accompany that incoming breath and outgoing breath. Meanwhile, maintain the tallness in your sitting. Maintain the quietness of your face. Quiet inhalation, quiet exhalation. Quiet inhalation, raising the chest, accepting the guest, maintaining that exhale. Keep your throat quiet. Inhale. Make your brain quiet. Exhale. Ascend the chest body. Inhale. Maintain the chest body. Exhale. Have 2 more such cycles and then you will open your eyes. Open the eyes, release the legs and lie down in Shavasana. You lie down in Shavasana with a blanket for the neck and the head. So, have an even folded side to your neck and the head area, which helps you to extend and support that neck. Having adjusted that blanket, adjust your Shavasana and spread yourself. Close your eyes and lie down completely quiet. Having done that sitting part of pranayam, now observe as you lie down. Are you able to feel your inhalations and exhalations, incoming and outgoing? Observe that. Be completely quiet, not just physically quiet, allow your mind to flow in the body. As the water seeps through the earth, let your mind seep through and spread all over your body. When we have to let go, it is not just the physical body that we have to let go, but we have to let go the hardness of the mind as well. So, let go the physical body and let go the hardness of the mind. Relish that Shavasana. Relish that letting go. Relish that quietness. Because that quietness takes us towards pratyahara. Be in that quiet state. Maintaining the quietness, one by one bring your palms in, one by one bend your legs, turn completely to the side and support your head, and then gradually sit up, sit straight, fold the palms, and that's all for today.